PPT 1. Overhauler Operational Skills Requirements. PPT 2. Chapter 1 Common Tools for Overhaulers. Chapter 2 Operational Skills for Junior Overhauler. Chapter 3 Operational Skills for Medium Overhauler. Chapter 4 Operational Skills for Senior Overhauler. PPT 3. Chapter 1 Common Tools for Overhaulers. PPT 4. 1. Electric hand torch. Torches are used to illuminate equipment in situations where lighting is inadequate, and are used to improve the accuracy of observation. Torches generally use rechargeable batteries. Check the status of your batteries regularly to ensure they are sufficient. PPT 5. 1. Broom. A broom is a common cleaning tool used mainly to sweep dust, rubbish and debris from equipment. Clean dust, rubbish and other debris from the broom in a timely manner to avoid hardening or clogging of the bristles. PPT 6. 1. Washcloth. A rag is a common cleaning tool that is usually used to wipe and clean a variety of surfaces, and is especially effective in removing dust, stains, and water damage. For greasy or hard-to-clean stains, spray some cleaner and let it sit for a few moments before wiping with a rag. PPT 7. 1. For metal cleaner. Metal equipment cleaners are chemical products designed to clean metal surfaces and remove contaminants such as oil, rust, oxidation, and stains. Different types of stains require different types of cleaners to avoid corrosion or damage to metal surfaces. PPT 8. 1. 5 spanner. A spanner is a commonly used hand tool, widely used in mechanical maintenance, mainly for tightening or loosening nuts, bolts and other fasteners. Open-end spanners have open ends and are suitable for making contact with both sides of a nut or bolt. The width of the opening of an open-end spanner can be changed by adjusting the screws, which is suitable for different sizes of nuts and bolts. PPT 9. 1. 6 Allen key. A hexagonal spanner is a tool used to tighten or loosen screws or bolts with hexagonal holes. Select the appropriate Allen key according to the size of the bolt or screw. Loosen or tighten bolts as needed, making sure to apply an even amount of force to avoid using excessive force that could cause damage to the threads. PPT 10. 1. 7 Screwdriver. A screwdriver is a common hand tool used primarily for tightening or loosening screws. It accomplishes the task by mating the tip of the screwdriver with the groove in the head of the screw and using rotational force. Phillips screwdriver. The screwdriver head is cross-shaped and is used for screws with Phillips slots. 1 screwdriver. The screwdriver head has a flat blade and is used for screws with straight slots. PPT 11. 1. 8 ruler. A straight edge is a common measuring tool used primarily to measure length or as an aid in drawing. Vernier calipers consist of a main ruler and a vernier, and the measurement is read accurately by matching the scale on the vernier with the scale on the main ruler. PPT 12. 1.9 Electric tool. Power tools are often multifunctional by changing different accessories, drills, sockets, screw heads, etc., combining the ability to drill holes, turn screws, and tighten nuts with high-torque impact. Power tools are less labor-intensive and more efficient than hand tools. PPT 13. 1.10 Oil drums and funnels. Oil drums are used to collect the discharged old lubricants to avoid polluting the environment. Oil pans are usually made of stainless steel for easy cleaning. When changing lubricants, the use of a funnel or oil injector can help to accurately fill the new oil and avoid spilling or wasting fluid. PPT 14. Chapter 2 Operational Skills for Junior Overhauler. PPT 15. 2. 1 Sweeping and cleaning. Ability to use tools such as brooms, wet cloths, etc., to perform basic sweeping and cleaning of equipment to keep it neat and tidy. Before sweeping electrical equipment, verify that the equipment is de-energized. PPT 16. 2.1 Sweeping and cleaning. Avoid using excessive force or sharp tools that may scratch the surface of the equipment. Prohibit wiping electrical components with a wet cloth to prevent short-circuiting or damage. PPT 17. 2.1 Sweeping and cleaning. The parts to be swept are mainly the various equipment under the car, mainly including the rubbish adsorbed outside the power pack filter and brake resistor filter. The oil on the power pack and fuel tank needs to be cleaned. PPT 18. 2. To observe the anti-loosening line. Possesses basic equipment safety inspection skills and is able to observe anti-loosening threads on equipment bolts and nuts to identify and report loose or stripped conditions in a timely manner. For dark areas, use a flashlight for illuminating bolts, nuts and lock wires. PPT 19. 2. To observe the anti-loosening line. Observe the position of the bolts and nuts for offset. As soon as a loose or abnormal condition is found, report it to your supervisor or a maintenance professional to avoid further risks caused by the continued operation of the equipment. PPT 20. 2. To observe the anti-loosening line. Most of the equipment under the car is mounted by means of bolts and nuts with anti-loosening lines painted on them, and care needs to be taken to see that the red lines remain in a straight line. A torch is required to increase the brightness for easy viewing when looking at the locking wires of each piece of equipment under the vehicle. PPT 21. 2.3 Tightening with tools. Skilled in the use of basic tools, such as spanners, screwdrivers, on the equipment bolts, nuts and other tightening operations, able to moderately control the tightening force, to avoid over-tightening or loosening. PPT 22. 2.3 Tightening with tools. Firmly set the tool into the head of the nut or bolt, making sure there is no slipping or tilting. Turn the tool clockwise to tighten it gradually, taking care to apply the force evenly. Over-tightening may result in damage to the threads or pulling of the bolt. For bolts with torque requirements, use a torque wrench and follow the specified values. PPT 23. 2.3 Tightening with tools. Most of the equipment under the car is mounted by means of bolts and nuts, which can be tightened with a spanner. In-vehicle equipment requires the use of a screwdriver for fastening. Generally, they can be tightened by turning the tool clockwise. PPT 24. Chapter 3 Operational Skills for Medium Overhauler. PPT 25. 3.1 Blowing and cleaning. When removing the filter wool from the air conditioner, avoid damaging the filter frame or filter material by using too much force. Wash the filter cotton and put it in a well-ventilated place to dry naturally. Avoid sunlight or high-temperature drying to prevent deformation or aging of the filter. PPT 26. 3.1 Blowing and cleaning. Be able to use an air gun and dust blow the metal filters of the unit, and use water to clean the air conditioning mixed air filters to keep them clean. Remove the metal filter to ensure that it is removed without damaging the surrounding structure. PPT 27. 3.1 Blowing and cleaning. The parts to be cleaned are mainly the various equipment under the car, mainly including the power pack screen, brake resistor screen, traction motor screen and converter screen. In addition, the roof air conditioner also has rigid filters that need to be cleaned regularly. The filter cotton of the air conditioner needs to be cleaned. The air filter of the air compressor and the air filter of the power pack can be blown through an air gun. PPT 28. 3.2 Wear and tear of equipment. Ability to observe and recognize wear and tear on abrasive equipment, brake pads, wheels, basic awareness of fault prevention and the ability to report any wear and tear found in a timely manner. PPT 29. 3.2 Wear and tear of equipment. Check that the rim thickness is not too thin to avoid affecting the stability of the vehicle. Verify that the tread surface is not abnormally worn, example, wave wear or dents. Check for cracks, flaking, ablation or hardening of the brake pad surface. Confirm whether the brake pads are uniformly worn, and measure whether the thickness of the pads is below the wear limit. PPT 30. 3.2 Wear and tear of equipment. A ruler is used to take dimensional measurements during the wear inspection. Abrasion checks should be rigorous and careful to ensure quality. PPT 31. 3.3 Equipment dismantling and assembly. Skilled in the basic disassembly and assembly process of the equipment, able to independently complete the disassembly and assembly of the equipment, the use of spanners, screwdrivers, hexagonal spanners, pliers and other commonly used tools for the safe disassembly of the equipment components, to avoid damage to the equipment. PPT 32. 3.3 Equipment dismantling and assembly. Use tools that meet specifications to avoid damaging threads or parts with mismatched tools. During disassembly, mark the cables, connections, and parts, and take photos and records to facilitate installation. Handle the equipment and parts carefully to avoid impacts and falls. After installation, conduct functional tests to ensure that the equipment operates normally. PPT 33. 3.3 Equipment dismantling and assembly. Equipment dismantling is usually done when there is a fault with the equipment and the workload is high. Special instructions are given to protect against falls during roof dismantling. The dismantling of equipment requires the assistance of more than one person and requires attention to cooperation. PPT 34. Chapter 4 Operational Skills for Senior Overhauler. PPT 35. 4.1 Replacement of filter cartridges. Have the ability to judge the condition of the cartridge, master the steps of replacing the cartridge, ensure that the replacement of the cartridge meets the requirements of the equipment, and ensure the normal operation of the equipment. PPT 36. 4.1 Replacement of filter cartridges. Prepare the cartridge and special tools, example, cartridge wrench, seals, cleaning cloths, etc., needed for replacement. For liquid filtration equipment, it is necessary to release the pressure in the system first to prevent the liquid from splashing during replacement. Check that the new cartridge matches the model of the equipment and that the sealing ring is intact. PPT 37. 4.1 Replacement of filter cartridges. The power pack has a variety of filters, including a fuel filter, oil filter, hydraulic oil filter, and air filter, so pay attention to the model number when replacing them. The air compressor has an air filter element. Replace the filter element to ensure a good seal. PPT 38. 4.2 Replacement of lubricating oil. Familiar with the inspection and replacement process of equipment lubricant, able to judge the oil quantity and quality of lubricant, and carry out lubricant replacement at the right time. Ability to select and use lubricants correctly to ensure good lubrication protection for all parts of the equipment. PPT 39. 4.2 Replacement of lubricating oil. The equipment used to change the lubricant is the power pack, the air compressor, and the bogie gearbox. Replacement should be done with good seals. When replacing, pay attention to the type of lubricant to match the equipment. PPT 40. 4.2 Replacement of lubricating oil. Prepare suitable tools, e.g. oil drums, funnels, oil cleaning cloths, wrenches, etc., and lubricants suitable for the equipment. While draining the oil, you can clean the oil filter and oil pipe connections to prevent impurities from remaining. Inject new lubricant by suitable means to keep the oil level in normal range. PPT 41. 4.3 Grease. The proper application of grease to ball screws is critical to ensure smooth operation and long service life. Particular attention needs to be paid to the uniformity of the grease application, the choice of grease and the amount of grease applied. PPT 42. 4.3 Grease. Before applying new grease, the ball screw should be cleaned to remove old grease and contaminants. Apply grease to the ball screw guides and screw nuts. PPT 43. 4.3 Grease. The equipment to be greased is the door drive mechanism and the hook. Be careful to match the type of grease to the equipment. PPT 44. Thank you.